Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just me. This is gonna be great. Yeah. So welcome to my channel. This is a pop-up because Des had to cancel. So I am filling the gap. But yes. You I forced you guys to watch my trailer for my book because I could. Pre-orders are available now. Ebook on Amazon and signed paperback on Kofi. But yeah. Hello. I just got off work like 5 minutes ago, so that's fabulous. And yeah, I'm gonna say hello to everybody in the chat. So we start off with the magnificent Regina, who showed up early and gave me hope that people would come. Thank you, Regina. B8 Sprinkle, you are an MVP. Like, you share all my stuff for Tiny Shivers. I thank you. I bow down. Thank you so much. Nick, you wonderful human being. I'm glad we were able to brainstorm today. That was really fun. There's some hellos. Doing okay, Nick? Or I will be once I get over the sticker shock of car repairs. Oh, I don't have a car. I have public transit over here. Cool Gamer, hello. Welcome. Seems like you're on almost every stream. Just overachiever. Dreaming Truth Author, hello. I've seen you around a little bit lately. It's great to have you. And yeah, car repairs, no bueno. Thank you. Hello. Thanks. Hello, Shannon. If you don't know, Shannon is half of the people that put together the Author to Writing Conference that is coming up. So keep an eyeball out for videos that will go out asking for first page submissions for the critiques, because that's going to be awesome. And yeah, hello again. I love the trailer. It looks so cool. You pre-ordered your trailer? Yeah! That's awesome. Thank you. Saved your afternoon. Oh, I am glad. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Okay. Oh, nothing. It was so fun today, and now I'm hoping to get a chapter written, or even, I don't know, a scene? Something. Awesome. I have faith in you. You can do it. You can totally do it. So, here's the skinny. I wrote a short story this weekend during the Writertown Junction Write-a-thon, and I got some beta reader feedback, and some of it was just chef's kiss genius. Like, oh my gosh, how did I not think of this before? So tonight I will be going through my short story called Skin, Bones, and Mouths, and adding a couple of paragraphs here and there to up the tension of what's going on outside the house that this takes place in. So, yeah. It is for an anthology where the theme is it was all a dream. And the caveat is, but make it actually work. So I wrote a story where everything happens in a dream, but it's actually scary-ish. So yeah, tis fun. Yeah, so I'm going to be incorporating those edits and then possibly drafting more of chapter 8 of my vampire romance called Crimson Strings, which is for my pen name. Because, romance and horror don't usually jive for most people. But yeah. Let's see. Neat word. I want my aliens to say vood in greeting. Yes. Vood morning. Thank you. I know about phone slipping, especially on my face when I'm trying to sleep. Yes. So, first question. What are you guys working on this fine day, evening, wherever you are on the planet? Yeah. See, Sprinkle says, my day has been bleak. I'm so happy to see you pop up on YouTube Live. I'm so excited about Tiny Shivers. It is good to hear about your other projects. Thank you. You are fabulous. Every time I see, like, you have been tagged in this, like, Instagram story, and it's like, I know who that is. They're amazing. Hello, Amy. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So, what are you guys working on? Tell me in the chat while I go and dig up a timer. Because I have a few. I think I want to start with a warm-up one. So let's do a 20-minute timer to start out with. Wine, so I don't create copyright. Ooh. Yes, let's do this one. Okay. Regina says, working on the dystopian edits. So sorry your day was bleak. Mine was headed that way until now. Oh, no. Dystopian edits sound like they could be a blast, though. So Amy says, I got to chapter 9 in my PNR and just decided I now want this to be alternating POV and I want to change to present tense. Oh, that is a tall order. You got this. Oh my gosh. I once got 22K into my story, had an epiphany, and had to go back to the drawing board. It's like, dang it. So I feel ya. Shannon says, I'm beta reading a book for Dale L. Roberts about Amazon ads. BH Pickle says, I'm actually not writing at the moment. I'm brainstorming my whip. I'm also reading. Very cool. Okay. Present, share screen. Come on, computer. Don't you die on me. Computer! No! I'm still live? My computer is completely frozen. You can see me moving! Nick, what is happening? My computer, I can't click on anything. I'm trying to pull up Discord. I'm trying to pull up Word. I'm trying to close the internet. It's just frozen. Computer, why? Why are you doing this to me? Escape. Escape. Control-Alt-Delete. Hello, computer? can't even click on the banners. So, yeah. To tell you to go to a sprint. Oh, no. Well, this is a conundrum. Let me try something. I'm going to put my computer to sleep and bring it back. Roy, what are you doing? Okay, hopefully this works. I have no idea what the flippity flop is going on. So, yeah, my computer is just like still rebooting. I don't know what the heck is going on. It says loading. Okay. Uh, let me. So I know I'm live. I can see me, but something in the middle of my screen says loading, and I don't know what it is. So let me go to my videos and pull up a timer that I have shared. Whatchamacallit? Did I take off all my 20-minute timers? No, there's one. Okay. Oh, well, so let me do that now. Okay. Okay. Please. Okay. No, it's not Nia. It's a Des day. But yeah. Hello. Hey, BA. We're having shenanigans. Okay. We're starting a sprint. Go. Yay. It's shared. right, that was the first sprint. Oh, how did everybody do? I finished adding what I needed to add to my short story, and so now it is time to update the beta reader Google Docs. So, yes. Yeah. Great stuff, great stuff. So, there's a bit more despair and some heart-wrenching more in this story now. So, hooray! Just what we want. So, Kate got 158 and got distracted by cake decorating videos. Ooh, fun. Regina finished chapter 2 and is halfway through chapter 3. Fantabulous. Let's see. You wrote a scene, have no clue where to go with it, but I have ideas. You're gonna crush it like a cheesecake. It's gonna be great. Oh, not despair and heart wrench. Yes, all of the heart wrenching, all of it. Yes. Nicole says 137 new words. I made my NaNo goal for the day before the sprint. Just trying to get some extra words. Look at you overachieving. That is amazing. Let's see. Worked on getting down some information for a shiny new idea, then opened up my campfire to work on my NaNo project. Very cool. Don't trash the cheesecake. Yeah. Can I crush it in my mouth to eat it? I don't know. Is it a lactose-free cheesecake? But yeah. Well done, everybody. So the question was, have you ever written a short story before? And we got some answers. So my answer is obviously yes, because that's what I'm working on tonight. But yeah, I love short form fiction. It is so fun. You get the dopamine hit of writing the end so many times and so much faster when you do short stories. So I don't know, I love it. And it's more succinct, so you're more exploring like a single emotion, and yeah, it's great fun. Nick says, yes, I actually have a buttload of them that all remain unseen on my computer, but they are there. Very fun. Maybe we should shape them up into a collection. Eh? Oh, Ryder KSY, welcome! Morgan says, yes, but not many. So far, I've written exactly 3. And that was for a short story class in college. I'm writing a short story collection right now, though. Ooh, very exciting. Let's see. Regina says, I've written literally dozens of short stories. Most are horror or sci-fi. Right up my alley. I love it. Let's see. Eva says, yes, I started my writing life with short stories. Creative nonfiction are my favorite, but I've written a few others here and there. Very cool. I didn't know you started out with short stories. That's pretty awesome. Nicole says, I haven't written a good short story before. Many of the ones I did write are meh at best. Concepts were great. I just failed at executing them. I find that the concept can be the hardest thing to get, because you can always go back later and polish it up because the idea is still there. So once you develop different aspects of skills, you can always go back and retinker it. So yeah, you got the ideas. And Nia showed up. Hello. Scrolling. And BH Sprinkle says, yes, I have done short stories before. Very cool. Let's see. Amy says, I changed more past tense into present tense and added 130 words. Amazing. Have you added the other POV yet? Because that's going to be very interesting trying to discover their character voice. It's not all I've been writing. My vampire romance is a trilogy of novels. The first thing I wrote is a YA sci-fi book. It's a full-on 75K. But yeah, I do mostly write short stuff. Why are you coming for me? But yeah, I also have my middle grade novel, which is 25K. So it is short, but it is technically a novel for that age genre category. So yeah, I don't know. I started my sci-fi duology. That's an adult sci-fi duology, and yeah, I need more skills for that one, for the sci-fi aspect. And then I have an adult horror novel that I started drafting one NaNo, and it just petered out. I don't know. I have a harder time with novel length things. Let's see. Maybe one day. 10 of mine are published in a collection called Strange Tales. Ooh, I almost read that as Strange Tales. Very cool. You're working on the other POV right now. Yay! Awesome. My YA sci-fi is not published. It is permanently shelved unless I can find some Samoan sensitivity readers. Yeah. So, it is called Souls of Atua, and it is a colony of Samoans on another planet, underwater, in a snail shell. The snail is still there, so they're literally moving across the bottom of the ocean. And murder happens. A murder mystery ensues, and there are like ghosts. The main character is cursed to be able to see ghosts, and there's a certain creature that eats ghosts, and yeah, it's quite fun. So I need those sensitivity readers because I am not Samoan unless I do a whole rewrite and change it to a culture not of Earth. So yeah, we shall see. But right now it's just shelved. Let's see. That's what I'm planning on doing with a particular one. Most of it's a fight scene. Ooh. See, I only finished 3 zero drafts of longer fiction, all middle grades under 35K, and only one of those is cleaned up into a readable draft, so I've written more short stories. Understandable. But I've always seen myself as a novelist. Very cool. See, I need to do a 4,000 word piece and then a short story for my editing and professional writing course. Ooh. Nice. But writer's block. Ugh. Despise writer's block. No other criteria aside from the word counts? Does it have to be like a specific genre? Does it have to be literary? Let's see. I got through draft 3 of it. It's the first thing I've really written besides fan fiction, and so my writing is definitely more rocky. I've leveled up a lot since then because this was 3 years ago. So 3, 2.5, 3. I don't know. 3.5. Yeah. So if you really want it, you can message me for it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm free to write anything, but that doesn't help. Sometimes I find that anthology themes help me develop my story because I have something to go off of. So if it's anything goes, I usually have to find my own prompt, whether it's a painting or a sound, audio, ambience, or something. See? Is Tiny Shivers going to be available in paperback? Yes. They won't let you do a pre-order of paperbacks on Amazon if you're just doing it yourself. I think you can if you're doing draft to digital, but if it's just you, you can't. So the paperback goes live May 9th. So, yeah. If you want to pre-order the signed paperback, those are on Ko-fi. What genre do you tend to enjoy writing? I'm down to throw out prompts or something. Yeah. Hashtag send Laura prompts. Exactly. See, pretend you are writing a story no one will ever see. That will help you over the writer's block. Also, for me, my ADHD meds helped me over a writer's block once. That lasted 2 years. So that was nice. So why sci-fi needs sensitivity readers, because this is a colony of people from Samoa who are specifically trying to preserve their culture. I am not of their culture. So it's like, why did I do this to myself? Like, I love the Samoan culture, but it's not mine. And so I have no say on what they actually would want to have preserved. And yeah, it's definitely not, I don't know, not my lane. Yes, there are signed copies available. Yeah. Excited for the same answer. If you go to my website, under horror books, there's a button that'll take you to the signed copies. I can just the thingamajig. Okay. Here's the link for where to get signed copies. Okay. I guess the teachers just want to know I can develop a story and characters. Ooh. Ah, you're so sweet. It was a long time ago. That's how old it is. Nice. Editors need to know stuff. That is true. Thank you. Yeah, brainstorming on themes can definitely help. Thanks. Yeah, tomorrow, actually, I'm in another anthology called Run, Rabbit, Run, which is rabbit/Easter-themed horror. So my 2 stories that are 100 words each, called Strawberry Teeth and Stew, are in there. So that's fun. Yay! A prompt. I understand if you write a culture that is different from yours, but what else requires it? Also, trigger warnings confuse me sometimes because what triggers one doesn't trigger another. Very true. I think that's pretty much it. Is just the culture aspect for the sensitivity reading. Yeah. Like, I did a lot of research. My character is a healer, a Samoan healer. Tulase, I think they are. It's been a long time. So I have a book all about Samoan healing medicine and the plants that they use and how many leaves it takes and how you harvest it and how you make the medicine. So, like, I did research. I highlighted that thing to bits, but research only does so much. I have 3 active plot bunnies. It's just that time of year for me. Your bunnies are Twitter pated. It helps to consider them content warnings rather than trigger warnings, letting readers know what content is in the story rather than assuming a trigger, similar to television and film content warnings. Yes. And there's the Ko-fi. See, I remember you talking about that one ages ago. I hope you can get some sensitivity readers for it because from what I remember, it was really cool. It's fun. That one was actually going to be the first of a series because she is going to be the first person on the A-Team version that hunt down the murderer. So, like, she is the first person, and there was going to be 5 books, and you get the next person on the A-Team for each book. So there's actually 2 people in book 1. But yeah, so, well, one person, you meet the second one in the last chapter. But yeah, so it's based off of a dream, and the dream wouldn't happen until like book 3. So yeah. Is Samoan Southern Hemisphere? If you join some writing groups there are Australia-based, you can find a few Islander people there. Yeah, that is very true. I do know some Samoans, but I don't think they want to read my stuff. So, like, we haven't talked in a long time, but I knew them for a couple years. So, I don't know. Consider the traumas that send children to a therapist, but for any age. Yeah. Those things need content warnings. Some people get annoyed by content warnings in the front because they're spoilers. So sometimes you can just say content warnings are in the back of the book. So if people feel that they need to look, they can. And those that are like, I don't need any, don't spoil it, are not spoiled. So I don't know. It's on Discord. It's a picture I saved from Pinterest. Ooh. Ah! Jumping. Holy smokes. Where am I? There I am. Okay. Yeah, like there's a Samoan Cultural Center that I corresponded with, but yeah. Yes, you did. Twitter pated. With that, I've ordered my signed copy. Oh, thank you, BA! See, okay, so I'm thinking for maybe 2 books, violence warnings maybe. I don't write anything else as that. My stuff is fairly lighthearted. For sensitive readers, so far, only 1 book. Nice. I mean, genre can suggest a fair bit of content, but I hate a book I have to put down because I wasn't into what it ended up exploring. That's one thing I love about fan fiction is they have all the tags. So it's like, this is going to be in here, so avoid, or heck yes. So, yeah. A lot of authors are saying content warnings are available on their website when you look at the book online. Ah, another way to do it. Tiffany! Hello, everybody. Just sitting here waiting for my computer to restart a couple of times for all the updates to work, and then hopefully all my apps will work. Oh, hopefully. I left the idea of having them in the back. 3 of my current 4 works in progress need content warnings. Yeah. All right. Time for the next sprint. Let's do 30. Come on. Oh, darn. Okay, whatever. We're doing a flower one. Okay. Eva says, I actually like going into a book without any clue about what it's about. I'll wait until I forget a blurb, but I respect content warnings and think it's time we cater to those who need them. Very true. Tiffany! My vamp romance needs content warnings. There's some graphic scenes in there. Yeah. Regina! I think that a lot of people assume that vampires are a bit more on the blood side storytelling, but yeah, if there can definitely be more triggering things than just drinking blood in there. So yeah, okay. Ta-da! 30 minutes. And the next question is, do you read short form fiction, and if so, where? Because if you write it, do you read it? And where do you find it? And if you want to find it, this is a good way to get ideas. Um, yeah. So let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Nia!
Hey,
Hello.
hello.
Oh, how are you this fine evening?
I'm good. I left you on in the other room, so I can hear you now. Can you hear it? I don't know if you guys can hear it. Like I hear us back. Like StreamYard
Yeah,
might be doing. You can hear it.
yeah.
Let me go. Let me go. Pause Laura in my other room really quick. But hi, happy to be here.
Awesome sauce. So I updated the Google Docs again because apparently it was missing like 20 words between versions. So I just copied and pasted the whole thing over. Um, got feedback from one person and uh, found an. I was asked to read somebody else's short story, so I had that pulled up, and I was helping someone else with their brainstorming. So, yes, it was great. Um, so, what were you up to, Nia?
I was procrastinating, hanging out with the hubby and with Loki. I was like, I really could get some more work done because Laura's right there on the screen. I could go back to the office, pull out my documents, and get some more work done. So that's what I did. And Loki was like, "Why aren't we going to bed early? Like what? We never do. We never go to bed early. I don't even know why you thought we were. Wasn't happening."
Nice. Oh, yeah. So, let me see how everybody else did. JC, I can't speak. JC showed up. So, hello, JC. We love your guts. Um, she says, saw your email after I discovered a major catastrophe in my video, so I'm over here re-exporting it and have to upload it again. I'm very sorry for your pain. Um, Finish chapter 3. Heck yes, Regina, you are flying through it tonight. Alpha says, you're very wise. I started reading like writer and can read more broadly now, but I'm sure there are things that make me wish for the AO3 tags. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else on how we did? Ty showed up. Hello. All the hellos. Everybody loves Nia. Nia's great. Regina loves you. JC loves you. Ty loves you. Good luck with the bedtime routine, Eva. Nicole says 68 new words. I'm currently changing the getaway from my male main character. This thing changes how he meets the love interest, and I can hardly wait. Ooh. And Nick, brainstorm more things, but no more words written in the scene. Still tweaking things. Yes. Nice to meet you, Nia from Sprinkle. And no. So the question was, do you read short form stories? And if you do, where do you find them? So do you ever read short stuff, Nia?
I usually do when it's something's recommended to me because I have a hard time like seeking out short form stories because when I read them, I tend to always want more, and it makes like I have a very active imagination. So if I feel like something's not complete or that there's more to it, I'll think about it a lot. Like it's hard to explain, but it's like constantly my brain will be thinking like remember that story and then just start thinking of other stuff, think about more to the characters. I even do that with large series because that's normally what I like to read, and that's why I like to read series because I feel like I can just go back and read some more or read the next. But I do like short form stories. They tend to just linger in my mind a lot more, and it can be a little distracting for me. It's just my brain's very weird that way. I feel like I daydream a lot. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if I should be admitting that, but yeah. I talk to myself. I'll talk to myself about stories. I'll talk to myself about other people's stories. And just it's a thing I do. So, but yeah, usually it's something when I get short form stories, it's because someone recommends it because they know what I like. They're like, "Oh, you like that sci-fi spaceship stuff? I got something for you." Like, yes, give me. And then I'm always like, I want more.
Yeah. I like short form because it's hard for me to focus on long stuff sometimes. It's like I don't want to slog through something super long. Like, just get straight to the horror, please. Yeah. Nicole says, no, I don't normally read short form fiction. I have a couple books in my possession that are short stories, but I haven't read them yet. Yeah, most of the short stories that I read, I own physically in collections and anthologies. Sprinkle says, short form fiction wrapped into a book or an anthology usually. I've never really been subscribed to magazines, but I hear people publish there also. Mm-hmm. Yes. I have stuff in online magazines and printed magazines. Lovecraftiana, they actually print. And then there are some where their magazine is actually just like a website issue. So I have some on there. Black Petals magazine has one of my stories. But yeah, there are all sorts of ways to get them. Nick says, every now and then, I don't always lean to them, but when I'm having a really bad reader's slump, they help pull me out of them. That's a great idea. Then you're not committing for hours of a day to a single story. Eva says, I prefer short form fiction sometimes, especially horror genre. I don't like long form horror. I read on social media, blogs, and anthology short story collections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, horror is one of those that's better for me in short form as well, because it can be a lot for me. If you anything that's got a lot of horror or gore, even like blood and guts and stuff, it can be a bit much for me. So when I do read them, I prefer those in shorter form.
Alphasala says short stories can be an equal investment for readers. Can Nicole can love the characters and feel there is more to the story. I'm in a horror writing group on Discord, and there are a lot of short stories submitted on there. Midnight Faith, the link is in Reddit if anybody is curious. Yeah, I'm on the science fiction and fantasy Discord for Toronto writers that has a dark writers sub Discord in the Discord, but that has been dead for forever, so might have to look into it. There's also the Ladies of Horror Fiction Discord, or women who write horror, so that's really fun. Scrolling. Okay. I think we were here. Yeah, we're writers. All we do is daydream.
Awesome.
I just now had to update the planned word count for this chapter because it reached just over 6K for this one chapter. Now I plan to try reaching for a total of 7K in this one chapter. That is a monstrous chapter.
Yes, I love it though. Go for it.
It's amazing. I mean, I'd read Coraline, if that counts as a short story. I don't think so. I think that's a middle grade novel. There's chapters. A short story doesn't have chapters.
Yeah, I think it counts as middle grade.
Yeah.
Like it's a normal size for a middle grade, right? I'm like, it is kind of small, but still, I think it's normal for middle grade though.
Yeah, it's smaller than the Graveyard book. But
like this is all three. This is
that's what I have on my shelf.
Yeah, isn't it cute too? But yeah, I think that's normal for a middle grade.
Nicole says, "Oh wait, I read The Lies of Ajungo last month, 92 pages. Very cool. I read The Possession of Natalie Glasgow, which is very short. Did I donate it to the library? I don't remember, but it's like 100 pages.
Yeah.
It's under 100 pages. So
the other thing I've read is these novellas, and this is novella size, and these are the murder bots. They're really cool. But there's another one. Like, you can always read the next. So shorter form novella size I can do, especially when I know that there's another one.
I have a hard time stretching my stories past 5K. So it's like,
you have so many, Laura. Just give us all the anthologies. Just give it to us. Give us all the
wrap
short
them all up.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm just bribing him with the same snack. I'm sorry, to keep him from barking.
Very nice.
Turn. Good boy. Turn. Good boy.
Aww, so cute. Regina says, yes, 25 to 30K is normal for a middle grade. The Goosebumps books were 25K.
Yeah.
Nicole says, I loved All Systems Red. I listened to the audiobook, and I love the Murderbot's personality.
Yes, Murderbot is so fun.
Is that the character's name?
Well, that's what we call him. So I think so.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. So,
Turn. Good boy.
Here is the next question for the next sprint.
Good boy.
Where do your stories idea come from, and how do you develop them?
Ooh.
So,
he's literally trying to grab it. You don't have hands.
I need thumbs.
If he had thumbs, he'd have it, but oh well. Okay, over here. He almost got it. Oh, he got a piece of it. Wow, he's good.
So it's the Murderbot Diaries. He's the Murderbot.
Good boy. I have no more snacks to bribe him with.
We're going to have backgroundception. Yeah. So this is my timer. It has full quotes from Tiny Shivers. It changes every minute. So if you need a distraction.
It's a
bacon strips. Yep.
Well, he does like some bacon strips.
All right, third sprint in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey.
Awesome. I'm trying to add an H to the word whisper. There we go. Okay. How did everybody do? I ended up helping with brainstorming a project with somebody and reading somebody else's short story, and it was on Substack. And that was the whole thing.
Cool. I played with Loki for a minute so that he would get tired and want to go back to sleep, which it worked. He's now napping.
Yay!
As he should be. And then I got into my work, and let me see if I can highlight so I can see how many words I actually got. That's one thing I like about Google Docs. When you highlight, you can see what your word count is. And I got 549 words.
Woohoo!
Some of it's copy paste, but that's okay. I was told earlier it's okay because I'm in edits and rewrites that it's okay to count. So there we go.
Oh, heck yeah. So we had an Anna show up. Anna, my fabulous human being. Let's see.
No, go back to sleep.
Eva says 360 words in notes for Plot Bunny. This one is a boy band made up of werewolves. Ooh. Yay, all the love. Next is I worked on the story, still brainstorming with me, and that made my night because I have such a better story formulating now. Glad to help. I love helping brainstorm. Let's see. Kappa says, I read through the 2 scenes I wrote last night, tidied them up, and smartened them up. I bet you they look very snazzy now. Let's see. It's really fun. I'm just typing out questions in the Google Doc. Like, what? Have you thought about this and this and this and this and this? But yeah. Nicole says, after carefully adding and deleting chunks to make the whole scene flow, I have added a solid 3 words. Very good. Very nice. Ty says, worked on the rebranding on my website, because I never did that, which means I'll be able to reopen my newsletter soon and other stuff. Very cool. Jocelyn, welcome. Ooh, you bring pizza. Hello. Jumping. All I did desperate was make coffee and respond to emails. Well done. KH says, does my heart good to see Laura hosting? Aww! Jenna, I love you! It's been so long. Let's see. Nick says, which is very needed because I have no clue. I can ask questions all day long. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a draft with alphas. Forgot to be nervous. Oops. Distractions are great.
Yes, go for the distractions.
All the love for Jenna. You don't know. Jenna Bevan writes, I guess KH now. I don't know. She's fabulous. Let's see. All the love.
Yes.
Haha, new secret stuff on the new site. Very cool. Yes.
Cool.
So, where do your stories ideas come from, Nia?
Everywhere.
Oh,
literally, yeah, I get story ideas if I have a dream. There have been times where a dream has been so good that I've had to get myself up, pull out either my notebook or my iPad and just write it down. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I got to write that down. But yeah, they can come from anywhere. I can look at something. I get a lot. Sometimes if I'm looking at paintings, it's not the people in the foreground, because usually the painting is about the people in the foreground. The people in the background, I'm like, what are they going through? What's their life like? And I'll just boom. I put them in the world of the painting, but I'm not focused on the main person. I'm now focused on people in the background. I'm like, I want to know their story. How are they living in this world? Absolutely anywhere. I could just be walking and thinking, because I again daydream a lot. I'm like, oh, let me write that down.
So do you write them on your phone when you're walking?
I usually I can speak them out on my phone, but yeah, I have notes. I have like tons of just random notes, and then I have to remember to go back and put them. I have a document called Shiny New Ideas. Sometimes it's just like 2 or 3 sentences because I just want to get it out. Sometimes it's like whole, like several paragraphs, like almost like a mini outline. But I'm like, that's where they go, and I can just go back and grab anything. I like when I went on a cruise, and I got like 5 story ideas from the time I went, just from going on a cruise. And I was supposed to be on vacation and relaxing, but all I could do was think about, oh, be cool to make a story about living on this island. Oh, be cool to make a story about being on a cruise. Just random.
What if Medusa was on the cruise?
I know.
All of her little snakes on their hair had sun hats.
Laura would come up with that. But yeah, just like that. Just like that. So
Yeah.
sometimes very random. Sometimes I'm actually sit down and I'll think, what kind of world would I want to be in today? And then I just start developing the world, and then I'm like, oh, okay, now, what if people had to live in a situation? What if this is the world, and now there's going to be a war or an explosion or comets coming, barreling down at their world or whatever. A crater in the middle of their world is going to open up to the dark side, just whatever. And then I'm like, now let's put some people in it. Yeah. Make them suffer. No.
Yes. You're speaking my language.
Yeah.
BH says I get them from dreams mostly.
Dreams are great.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Because dreams will do absolutely anything. Like dreams will do things that your mind won't necessarily think of.
Consciously, yeah.
Yeah, consciously think of. And you'll be like, how in the... Yeah, okay, let me just write that down. I don't know how that works, but we're going to write that dream down.
Sometimes I wake up and I have to lie there and catalog my dream in my brain for a minute or so that I can remember it when I get up.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I don't sleep that hard, so I can just wake up and just be like, one eye open. Okay. I have woken up sometimes and been like, what in the... write it down anyway. If it was important enough for me to wake myself up to write it, it's important enough to hang on to it. I did that for a reason.
Yeah. Let's see, Nicole says, from random places. They either come from other books, from objects I see in my environment, or from the ether. I'll start writing them down and get more ideas as to what to do with them. Very cool. And then Eva says, they appear with floppy ears and cotton ball tails. Let's see, I have 3 plot bunnies currently. 1 came to me while thinking of a random scene that came to me out of the blue. 2 came to me when trying to decide what a good plot would be to fit a trending word. Trending word? Huh. And 3 came to me while discussing fan fiction and being super ridiculous with a writer pal.
That sounds fun.
Being super ridiculous is amazing. Let's see. I have no time to work on them, so to develop them, I'll think about them from time to time, and when one scene point seems very, oh gee, that's it, I'll write it to the document. Add it to the document. Very cool. Let's see. Nick says, my brain just dumps a weird idea after being influenced by something, and then a friend/partner helps bring them into something. Tiffany says, random places, videos I've watched, conversations with people, prompts, thoughts. However, I normally sit on an idea for a little bit and just let it live in my head until the characters come to me. See, I get lots of story ideas from chats on live streams, and then I'll just do the drabble right there in the chat.
Send Laura prompts.
But like, I don't know anything about the characters. Usually it's just revolving around a word or a sentence that becomes the premise, and then it just evolves from there. So, yeah.
Yeah, my characters usually come later, like just the world or an event or something like that is usually where it starts. But there are times where I'll just be like randomly start having dialogue in my head, which I try not to say out loud because then my kids are like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm like, "Oh, nobody." Ignore me. So, and then I'm like, "Oh, that's good dialogue for such and such story," and then I have to remember and jot it all down.
Yeah. Nicole says, I had a dream last night. I was doing something, can't remember what. Then I had to fight rats that threatened to eat me, and the person that was with me, I don't know who it was. And they weren't New York sized rats. They were like teeny.
Oh, so probably cute.
Easy for Dream Me to miss. Interesting. And it says kind of same. I feel like it's just part of our Q brains. What do you think?
Yeah.
3 more sprints. I don't know about 3. We're doing at least one more. Yes. Maybe our brains are like, oh, what a situation. Shame if we were to fill it with gays. Like, hey, it's the game. Size mini. So my ideas come from dreams. My first book, my dream would be in book 3, where the team gets sold out by their handler to a brain hijacker that will brainwash people. And so they're humans, except for the mechanic on the spaceship was a velociraptor. And she's the one that gets her brain hijacked and turns on the group and is chasing them across the planet to the spaceship. So that scene is in book 3 when we get Critch, the velociraptor mechanic. But the whole series is on hold until I figure out book 1's issues. But yeah. It's like, so those dreams help as well. Those are fun. I had to smash the rats with the broad end of a baseball bat. I miss Quail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I actually videoed me coming up with a story idea for my Lovecraftian story that I still haven't written. Besides the point, I literally would lay in bed, get an idea of an aspect, sit up, turn on the camera, say the couple of lines, turn it off, and lay back down. And just do it over and over of sitting up and recording on my phone what came to my brain.
That's so cool.
I get most of my ideas while laying in bed. My comfy bed. It's got a 3-inch mattress squishy topper on it.
Oh, I like that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I don't sleep a lot when I go to bed, so yeah, my brain thinks a lot. And I will think for like hours before I actually fall asleep. And I'm one of those people, I can sort of kind of control my dreams. So if I want to have a certain type of dream, I just think about that a lot. Think about myself in a story about that, and then I'll have that dream. And then if I'm having a nightmare, I will literally wake myself up. I'll be like, nope, we're not doing this. Wake up, start again.
So if I obsess over something all day, usually I'll dream about that, and I will be the main character in that story. Like, if I'm obsessing over Harry Potter, I'm Harry in my dream. So I've been him so many times.
That sounds fun, though.
It is pretty fun. Eva says, I had a dream once where I was floating in the middle of the ocean. or some large body of water. Nothing in sight but water. It was dark. I was in a bubble, though, and felt completely safe.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
See, and
May I
I can
suggest
that.
arrows? Awesome. And hello, Joanne. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. When I described this to a friend at the time, years ago, and very memorable, they asked me if I was in utero. Now that's what I imagine. It feels like being in utero, my overshare dream contribution.
I love it. It makes sense too.
Imagine a very sleepy Laura saying what her idea is, and the next day it's all slurred like she's drunk. Excuse me. Why are you coming for me? I always have dreams where I'm a random character that's not me, like a dream protagonist that my brain makes up.
Mm-hmm.
I have been Loki. I have been Alan Walker from D. Gray Man. I have been... Who else have I been? I was one of the Dalmatians from 101 Dalmatians. Cruella was terrifying. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The ones that trip me up are when I'm multiple people, because I'll feel like I'm telling myself what's happening or what I need to do, and then I'm like the next person. I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't I? Because I don't sleep very hard, so I consciously think, wasn't I just you a minute ago? To the random characters in the dream, I'll be like, wait, I was just that person. Now I'm this person. Okay.
I've been Batman. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been superheroes. Just random nobodies, like the random baker. Like, just I could be just literally anybody in the dream. It's like sometimes I'm like, why? Oh well, we're gonna go with it. It's not a bad dream. Let's go with it.
Nice. Eva says, I'm always me, and I'm always going through some ish in my dreams. And Nick says, I feel that. Like, I always seems like I'm supposed to be me, but, like, it's not.
Yeah. Like, I'm me, but I'm not me. I'm like a character, almost like an actor in my dream. But I'm me, acting. And then I'm the next person also acting, looking at the person that I was just a minute ago. And I can just pop in random people. I'm like, how? Okay, we're just going to roll with it.
One time I was me, but it was like over-the-shoulder camera watching me. And it was really grainy film footage. And we were, like, exploring the jungle to get to a pyramid.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. Science knows so little about dreams, but science indicates they may be an extension of our waking life, whatever that means. Sleep tight. Oh, you go. Dreams make sense until the moment you try and play the plot out in your dream. There's one dream I remember when I was little. I was riding in a large van and a tornado was chasing us to the house. Before we could get to the basement, the tornado went right through. Oof. I've never had a tornado in a dream.
I have. It's so weird. I'll tell you in a minute, but I like...
Yes, that. And I'm like, what the hecky is going on with my brain?
Yep.
Let's see. I've been in multiple places before at the same time. I've been magically disguised as others. I've been in someone else's consciousness temporarily. I've also just been myself. It's me, but not me. My house, but not my house. A door, but not a door. And we were eating, but not food.
Have I been food? I don't think I've been food.
No damage. No one was sucked in and went straight through me. Dream family, and I had a laugh about it. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't like tornado dreams. For some reason, I feel like I know what it feels like to go through a tornado, even though technically I've never been through one. I've been in one where it didn't touch down. It just went over us. And so I remember that feeling. And so whenever I am dreaming and I feel that, I will literally wake up and think, are we having a tornado? And we're not. It was the dream. But like certain things will happen, like sounds and a certain silence and stillness will happen, and then like my ears will feel weird, and I'll be like, this is a tornado, and I wake up and it's not. I don't like tornado dreams because I wake up and I'm not sure was I dreaming. I don't ever like the feeling that I woke up, but I'm not sure if I woke up.
Right.
And tornado dreams do that to me. So that's why I'm like, I don't like having those ones, even though it's always fine. Like I've never actually been in a tornado, so I don't know why that bothers me. So any psychiatrists or psychologists in the chat who can tell me what's going on with my tornado dream. I also have the dream a lot where I'm in a car that goes off of a bridge, but I think I know where that one comes from, so I don't need any help with that one. I always wake up before we hit the water because it's like a long drop. I have a long time to think about it.
Oh no.
It's like, oh, I should wake up now. I don't like where this is going.
Eva had a tornado touchdown a few miles from them the other day. We had no clue. Nothing like a hurricane, which is a tornado with an ocean involved.
Ooh.
I have actually been in the area of a tornado.
Is that a tornado emoji?
I thought that was what a monsoon was. But isn't there like the eye of the hurricane? So it's spinning like a tornado?
Yes, it is. It's less concentrated. It's pretty intense, but like for some reason, tornadoes scare me more than hurricanes. Probably because I've been in many hurricanes, and I'm like, yeah, we'll be fine as long as it's not hitting us at a 4 or 5. We're good.
All right, so Eva says, my unexpert guesstimation is that the tornado represents something in your life that you have zero control over.
Quite possibly. I don't like not having control, so that could be why it bothers me so much. Plus, things blowing around just sounds chaotic.
I think a monsoon is an earthquake in the ocean. I should do research. Earthquake plus ocean equals tsunami.
Tsunami. Yep.
Monsoons are just heavy rains then. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, on that note, let me bring up the final one. What are your favorite ways to brainstorm? Digital, analog, mind maps, lists? How do you brainstorm?
Ooh.
And do we want to do a 30 again? Or make the last one a 45? I don't know how late you want to stay, Mia.
Not too long, just so I can get lights off of my eyes. Just because I streamed earlier for a long time, so I'm like, I want to get these words done and then get lights off the eyes and not stare at screen anymore.
I will scroll it down. Okay. The final one.
Woohoo! Oh, one of the pretty timers. I love all these new flower timers. They're awesome.
All right, let's begin the final sprint. You got this.
37:30.
37:30. New. 45. People are saying 45.
I do 45. I'll cut myself off.
Okay. You guys asked for it. It's your fault.
All right, guys.
3, 2, 1. Do it.
Happy sprinting.
Yay! Amazing.
Yes. Woo.
Oh, how did you do? What did you do?
I did good. So first, I wrapped up a couple of chapters, or a couple of chapters. I wish a couple of paragraphs where I left off. Finished that up, and then so I could get eyeballs off screen but still be productive. I turned on audiobook and started Chain of Thorns, I believe it is.
Nice.
The third book, yeah, Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare. So
Cool. I worked on chapter 8 of Crimson Strings.
woohoo.
So, yeah. It's already bullet point outlined, so the drafting is coming along fairly quickly, which is nice.
Excellent. All right.
Catpod did chores and about 200 words, which is
Woohoo.
fabulous.
Go Cat Paw.
Dreaming Truth Author got 802.
All right.
So good.
Woohoo.
And Nick went to bed, and Anna went to the office.
Yes.
And
Good
Essie
night.
arrived.
Hey,
Hello,
Essie.
Oh, yes. So, the question that I took off prematurely. What are your favorite ways to brainstorm, Mia?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much can brainstorm any which way. I just like to, whether I'm verbalizing those thoughts or looking at images, anything that's gonna, like, literally. I'm not a one way person for almost anything, so I can do just about anything and start brainstorming. I daydream a lot, so I call it daydreaming, but I'm usually thinking about a story. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I catalog it. A lot of it digitally now. I had to get used to that, but I still do like to do some handwriting stuff. But I got bad wrists, so that means more digital stuff for me.
Nice. Nicole got 181 words. Love interest has appeared. He hasn't formally introduced himself yet.
Yay!
Got to get on that. Come on, dude. Essie read some more of The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. I know the name. I've seen the book covers, but yes. More site work and stuff. Awesome.
Very cool.
So for me,
sounds like everybody's getting things done. Nice.
Yeah. With brainstorming, I usually start by hand. So I will have things like mind maps.
I love a good mind map.
Mind maps, and then the mind maps will turn into lists, and so I will have like different theses and conflicts and lists of names, and these brainstorming ideas, like what are the consequences of realizing no one is beyond saving or redemption unless they choose to be? So like I have these questions, and then I'll brainstorm answers beneath them just to try and flesh out my story.
Yeah. The if-thens are also good.
Yes. Yeah. So do that. And then tonight with Nick, we were in the same Google Doc, and they were typing out basic ideas of what's happening in their story. And I just bombarded it with questions. Are these beings humanoids? Are they living plants? Are they living Earth? Are they AI mecha type of things? Like mechanical things? Like what are they? So just like, do they speak the same language as the main character? Can they communicate verbally or in written? Or are they beyond human logic? Like, just throwing out all these questions, and it's super fun.
Yes, that is fun. Yeah, I know a lot of people love to do it where you're like playing off of each other, asking those questions and having someone answer. Those are really, really good.
Yeah. Sometimes I will read my story to my sister, and then she'll just shoot it in the plot holes. And it's like, dang it! I didn't know those were there. Why are you doing this to me?
I thought I had it. No, I must go fill in all of these things that are missing. Yeah, because people will ask questions that you don't even think about, and you're like, oh, yeah, I should probably explain that, or maybe not explain it, but at least make sure it makes sense.
Yeah. Eva says daydreaming. It's one point of advice I agree with Stephen King on, if I remember correctly, that a good idea sticks around. Once I know I'm writing it, I like outlining to brainstorm. Cool. Cole says I do lists. That way, if I get a random idea in the middle of brainstorming, I can put it in the list saying, maybe this could happen. Mostly the list is made up of what ifs. Which is awesome.
I love the what ifs.
And Nick says analog, digital, mind maps, and like out loud with other humans, person, creature. So I used to talk to my cat, but he didn't care much. Nicole got an idea for when the love interest dies, it's gonna hurt. Heck
yeah.
Yes. I'm with Eva. This project is going to need a pronunciation guide, and because of that, the death scene hurts a lot worse than it did before. Like, I'm even hurting from just writing this.
Oh, wow.
I hear cats are great listeners. Sometimes people will actually get like a toy rubber duck and put it on their desk and talk to the rubber duck and bounce ideas off of it. Cat Paw says, I scribble things on whatever is within reach. While talking, listening, meditating, prefer pen and paper because that way I catch my mood and pathways too, so it's easy to re-spark the idea. And BH says, lists, outlines, a few paragraphs to see if it's okay. Yes. Outlines on my laptop and notes for editing and future scenes on random post-its. I really should be more organized. I do have post-its with stuff, but that's usually work, day job stuff is post-its.
I do post-its, and then I have to keep them because sometimes I'll just have stacks of post-its, and I'm like, please don't forget to put this in where it needs to be. So I hold on to a lot of post-its for a while until I'm like sure I've got it. Because I have accidentally thrown away post-its before and been like, oh no, what happened to that post-it? No, I wasn't done with that one.
Yeah. Nicole says, they're still running down alleyways, away from the guards. Mailman characters just tripped, revealing the crown underneath that marks him as the prince of the city. Yes. Ty says, I put all my book titles in initials, so then it's like I told the titles without telling the titles yet. You never know them unless you have access to the CPU doc for one of the books. Nicole, oh my gosh. Joanne says, no words written, just writing down my to-do list. Very
Love
cool.
a good list.
Well, that marks the end of the stream, a massive 3.5 hour stream. So thank you all so much for being here. It has been fabulous. Got lots done. I edited a short story and got it out to more beta readers. I helped brainstorm a friend's piece. I read a short story, and I was drafting chapter 8. So, yeah.
So much done. Yes. And I got more writing, so I definitely have more words banked for Camp NaNo, which I'm always excited to have extra words, especially when I have things coming up. So I have days where I might not be able to work to get any writing done. So I'm like, yay, banked all the extra words tonight and started on my next book. So I'm very, very happy. It was a good work day.
So once I'm finished with this, I'll post a snippet on Discord.
Nice.
Yay! You're welcome so much. We all got so much done.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Be able to end the stream after the. Ugh. It was rough, man. My computer froze so badly. Okay.
It
Outro
happened.
video. Wherefore art thou? There it is. All right. See you all later.
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.